Okay, and we're rolling. Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
Ready to do some reacting?
Yes.
Get your phone down. I need all your attention on me. Because first of all, I am your wife. And second of all, you're here today as my guest.
I had to request some lava hounds for my Clash of Clans game.
Oh my word, I was just like, what are you talking about? Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Okay. Hi guys. It's your host, Rebecca, and today I have with me my better half.
The best half.
And, oh my word, and co-host today, Justin. So today we have some pretty interesting stories. And you're going to know a crap ton of them.
Literally.
Literally.
Crap ton.
Literally a crap ton. That's right. We're going to talk about poop today. So if you guys, well, I guess I could say trigger warning for the whole episode. If you don't like stories about poop or all about that stuff that just squirt, 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 then this is not the episode for you and you need to run along somewhere else.
But we all know everyone does it. Even girls.
What? Run, squirt, poop?
No, poop.
Everyone poops. I know boys think girls just don't poop, but you and I both know girls do.
Yes, they do. And it's stinky.
Not as bad as you, I think. At least I try to be decent enough and have a candle lit or get some Febreze. You literally just like to make us all suffer.
When I gotta go, it's on a mission. And my mission will be accomplished.
A 45-minute mission.
You gotta make sure all of it's gone.
I sometimes think you just, up and abandoned us, and I realize you're just stuck still in the bathroom.
Sometimes you gotta go and you gotta make sure everything's gone. Otherwise, it's uncomfortable. Like, that's how it is. People that take 2 seconds, it must have not really been a real big poop. Because you just drop it and you're done. It's like, that's kind of weird.
I only go when I really have to go. Like, I literally have to go at that moment.
Well, that's
and
when I go too.
No, you don't.
I have to go.
You literally wait for it to still keep coming.
No, because my stomach hurts. I gotta go.
This is gonna be a great episode.
Sit there and wait till it's all piled up, and then it just drops.
Piled up where?
Inside of
me. Of you?
Yes.
That's so gross.
It's not outside of me yet. I have to deliver it like a package.
No. Okay, so yeah. Okay. Well, here we go. We're gonna get started now. Our first one here is from Am I the A-hole for not apologizing when my husband dipped his balls in my poop water?
That's nasty.
It'll get more interesting.
It must have been like a clogged toilet.
Well, we're gonna find out. So this all happened. This is kind of an older one. It's 3 years ago. But this all happened last night around 1 a.m. I had just finished nursing our baby and was getting ready for bed. My husband was finishing up some work and was doing the same. Our master bathroom has a separate room for the toilet, so after I went pee, I was brushing my teeth when my husband walked in. He proceeds to sit on the toilet to poop and immediately starts screaming and jumps up. Apparently, the toilet had backed up to the brim, and when he sat down, his balls dipped into the poop-filled bowl.
I thought you said she had to pee.
We're going to get into that. He jumps up and starts stripping down, yelling the whole time. I'm actually about to die laughing so hard with a toothbrush in my mouth, but I rally and get to work plunging the toilet as he continues to yell. I apologize by saying, I'm so sorry this happened to you. It's disgusting and this sucks. Or something to that effect.
You better take a shower. Nasty.
Now our house has finicky toilets. And we do get backups fairly frequently, about 1 time per week. My husband always blames me, which may have some merit since I do use toilet paper for all my businesses while he only uses it for 50% of his. We We have several bathrooms in our room or in our house, and he typically uses a guest bathroom, his poop room. So the times where he has to deal with a backup allegedly caused by me is rare. Last night, he decided to forego using his bathroom and used our bathroom, which is where the problem literally arose. For additional context, I had last had a number 2 in the afternoon and had used the toilet several times before the ball dip and had no issues. So it was a while ago that she last pooped. So after a very long day, he had to take a shower at 1 a.m. and was irritated with me. He felt that, 1, my apology was not sincere.
No.
2, I did not take ownership for being the cause of the backup and subsequent ball dip. And 3, I should have watched the toilet fully flush to make sure that all was well.
100% agree with that one.
I will admit that I am very guilty of that.
Oh, I know.
I never watch it flush.
I know.
I just want to get out of there as soon as I can.
Takes another 2 more seconds.
I feel that my apology was enough. I validated his feelings, and I did genuinely feel bad that it happened. However, I consider this an act of God, for which I am not responsible. Additionally, I don't think it's my responsibility to monitor the toilet after I've used it. It's the next user's responsibility to look where they're sitting. So Reddit, am I the a-hole for not apologizing for the ball dip and not monitoring the toilet post-use?
Yes.
Edits.
Yes.
There are edits. Well, there's a lot of edits. But you know what? First of all, this is a long edit. So what do we think? Obviously, you said yes.
Yes. When you get done, you push on the flusher. It goes down. You make sure it goes down all the way.
But don't you ever, open the lid and you're just you look down at first before you sit down?
Yes, but if I really gotta go, I'm just jumping on the toilet. That's it. I'm just going to go. I don't have time to sit there and worry. Did someone take care of their business and flush it all the way? Because we're all humans and we should already know this by now. You flush it and it goes down.
Okay. But she said, okay, I don't know.
She knows, and she even said she knows the toilets back up all the time. At least once a week.
They need to have that looked into more.
I agree. But still,
that's not good.
No, it's not good at all.
No, that they need some, I don't know, either something's in there that's keeping it from being fully flushed all the way. And I don't know, their pipeline is probably either super backed up somewhere else and they need to have a plumber just flush that out. Something's back there blocking it, either if it was from before them or from the amount of toilet paper that she uses.
Doesn't matter. Matters is she didn't flush it all the way.
Okay.
That's nasty.
I will say that third one, not watching it to make sure it did flush all the way. But I don't know. That's just really random though, because she said the last time she went and she went number 2 was way in the afternoon, and she had used the bathroom many times before that. So I don't know.
So maybe she really didn't flush at all the other times.
That just seems kind of crazy that she wouldn't notice it the few other times after that in the afternoon until evening.
There's a different sound when your toilet backs up.
Either way, I'd probably laugh too if that happened to you.
Oh, I'd be mad.
I know you would. I wouldn't be able to help but just laugh that you had to deal with that.
I already get mad when I have to deal with it.
That's true. But, okay, could she be some more sincere? Maybe. I don't know.
Yes.
I honestly think it was a weird coincidence for all that happening.
I don't think it's a big deal besides.
It's not. It's really not that big of a deal. Sorry,
well,
it's a crappy,
he needs shower.
no pun intended, but
it would feel really weird to know that touched that. And I mean, it's nasty. I mean, it's like when
I don't have anything hanging that low, so I wouldn't know how that feels.
And you drop dookie, and it hits the water, and it comes back and hits
that,
you. That
is the worst feeling. That is,
it's basically the same thing.
And it's the worst thing when it's in public toilets, too.
It's the same thing, except it wasn't his originally.
Yeah, that is really
And
gross.
yes. So
It's a cringy thought right there.
exactly, but still, it's like I don't like it. I don't like it. Now, luckily, he's at home. He could take a shower. I would be like, I'm
Sick.
done. Wipe real quick, fix that toilet, and like plunge that thing, get it down, and I'm jumping. In
You'd
the
be even
bathroom.
more mad at me because I would not be able to plunge it because for some reason
yes.
you always have the magic touch in
It's not-
plunging the
it's not
toilet.
the magic touch. It's just doing the same thing that you're supposed to. Just.
Well, apparently I can't do it. I swear, wherever I go and I try and use a plunger, I just can't get it right. I don't know how I'm not doing it right.
You just push it.
I
Just push it.
don't know why. Okay, anyways, edits. Thank you all for reading our nasty little tale. It honestly was too disgusting to
Dirty
keep.
boy.
It was too disgusting to keep this to ourselves. This was my first post, so thank you for all the rewards. I can't keep up with responding, but I have read all the comments and am still laughing. Here are a few clarifications that keep popping up. Number 1, my husband is actually a chill person and a great partner. Dipping his genitalia into fecal matter
The huevos.
is a hard boundary that I respect. If he didn't shriek as he if he didn't shriek as his world crumbled, this probably would actually be a very different post. He is a pure soul who just sits down and has faith that everything will work out. Apparently, this was the case for decades until these recent events.
Anybody shrieks when they get poo-poo.
I'm sorry. If someone doesn't shriek when that happens, then something's going on.
If they
Something's
don't
wrong
do
with
that,
you.
it means they're used to it. And
That's
that right there requires a shriek. Can I get an amen?
a new fetish there.
I don't know about fetish. It's
Okay,
just
won't
nasty.
think about that. Never mind. Number 2, we will call a plumber. We really assumed this was an issue that comes with living in a city with crumbling infrastructures. Lesson learned. Number 3, I will amass a collection of thinner, gag, TP, and do a controlled experiment to find the best option for our home. It truly pains me to switch from Charmin, but we need to live a different life now. Thank you for helping us see this clearly.
It's so dumb it took the internet for her to notice that.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't realize things until they go to the internet, which is really sad. But anyways, number 4, the timeline. I went pee. The last poop was mine 6+ hours before. I had used it for number 1 several times before this incident. I then moved to the sink. I don't know what that means. About 5 minutes elapsed. Oh, after she had just gone, she went to the sink. 5 minutes have gone by. I heard the toilet flush and go quiet. Husband then walked in and went into the toilet area, sat down, and immediately jumped up shrieking. I cannot emphasize this enough. He shrieked in a high-pitched tone that is saved for the angels. He did not poop, but opted for a shower and a long grumble. Number 5, thank you to the Australians in this thread for the nightmare fuel of snakes, spiders, and other deadly creatures lurking in the bowl. Jesus, truly terrifying, which I've heard enough stories. I don't know if I'll ever go to Australia now.
No, even their kangaroos are mean.
They are. They're really tough. Okay, number 6. So my husband does not use TP for number 1. He shakes and returns his equipment to its original position. I guess a lot of people commented on that. I haven't seen my brothers do this. Okay, we don't need to know that. 7. We can't commit to not using TP unless our whole plumbing situation is dead. We have a very active and curious toddler, and as soon as to be a crawling baby, we can't risk the trash being compromised. Oh, I'm guessing instead of flushing, they would throw away their used toilet paper, which
That's
is
disgusting.
I'm sorry. Just get a plumber. Just get a plumber first of all. So we'll try to answer additional questions. Thanks for reading Reddit, reading friends, and that was it.
If that's what they're gonna do, just go dig a hole and
That
drop it in there.
I'm not even going to read comments because mostly everything is saying what we're saying.
Just drop it in the hole.
I mean, people are calling her not the a-hole. Honestly, it did. Reddit did call it, did judge, or I don't know, finalize her as not the a-hole. Which, I mean, honestly, it's just no one's an a-hole here. It's just a bad incident that happened. It happens to every married couple. Something with poop happens.
I've never had your poop
Okay.
touch me.
Okay. I didn't mean this exact.
That's never happened.
Never this exact thing, but we've all dealt with something where we had to touch poop. We've had to be around poop that wasn't our own. I mean, we have kids. People that have kids usually. But like someone gets sick. Or, you know how many times I've had to wash poopy underwear from all the kids?
Mm-hmm. I know.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've had to...
I'm not saying anything bad about... Well, I'm saying stuff bad about... I'm just saying it's disgusting.
Yeah.
And yes, I would make a yell too. I don't know if I'd shriek, but if I sat down and I'm like, oh, this is cold water right there. And that's not mine. I haven't done anything
No,
yet.
you know what you would do? You'd be like, who did this?
There's a good chance.
You would rush out to get us.
There's a good chance the poop would come out of me because I would jump.
Ew!
And it would come out.
Splatter everywhere.
Yeah, but it would freak me out because if I not... No one suspects to have water or anything anywhere right there when you're first going.
Yeah.
You don't.
No, you don't. You don't. All right, we're going to go with the next story. We're going to do a more, it's still pooped theme, but it's not as actual poop. Poopy poop.
You want me to tell you a funny story from work?
Now?
Yeah. I'll tell
Okay,
you a
go
story.
for it.
Okay, so I probably would have, this would have been like somewhere between when I first started to like my second year working there.
Oh, this was a while ago.
Yeah. So I go in the bathroom, and this had already happened a couple of times where there's one stall that's left open, and that one stall that's open, I'm like, man, someone either pooped on the seat or whatever, but I really gotta go.
Ew.
And I looked, and there's stuff inside, and I'm like, there's some toilet paper. It's not like it's fully to the top, but it's like someone didn't flush it. So a couple days before this, I had already flushed it. I'm like, all right, here we go. It's do or die time. Let's find out. And I pushed the button, and usually it gets flushed. And it looked the same thing. It wasn't like it was risen all the way to the top. So I was like, all right, I gotta go. You know, everyone's in the stalls on their cell phones or whatever. I push the button, and that thing starts coming back up. And I'm like, uh-oh. I close the door, start to walk away. I see the water start to spill.
No!
I see the poo-poo come out. And the guy on the stall, the next stall, all I see are these two hands reach down, grab his jeans, go, oh no, as he's waddling. He's doing a waddle trying to yank this sucker up. Oh no, and you hear the splash, 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 splash of his boots hitting the water. I booked it out of there. I don't know who the guy was, but I was like, he's going to kill me. And
I want no part of this.
And it is my fault, but I didn't know if it's flushed. I didn't know if it was clogged yet or not.
Oh my gosh, that would be like the most embarrassing thing ever.
Oh yeah, I took off, and I sat down. I just started working, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait here 5 minutes. Waited 5 minutes. I know I started seeing other people come out of the bathroom too.
I don't have to go anymore, guys.
Oh no, I still had to go.
I know, but you were holding it.
Yeah, I was holding it. So then I went to the HR bathroom, but I waited 5 minutes because I didn't want him to be like, "Hey, that guy's walking over there, and he normally comes this direction." So I waited until most people were gone, and then I walked to the bathroom. and that one. I mean, it's stinky.
It's
in
really
there
bad for the toilet to overflow that.
Well, we had guys who would shove banana peels down there. I'm like, who sits there, puts a banana in their mouth, poops, and drops the peel?
The amount of things people actually that are not like buying like the toilet products that you actually do flush, like the things the amount of people put that are like the organic or just anything. Literally, I know they say that a lot for women with the feminine products that we use for everything, and that still is a huge problem that people, honestly, that is a huge thing that is out there literally in paper everywhere for women not to do, but somehow it still happens all the time, and it's not good. But banana pills? Seriously? Who thinks of, instead of this, trash can literally right over there?
It's probably the same people that sit there and they pick their boogers and they put it on the side of the stall.
Do you actually? Do you actually see boogers?
Yeah, I see the boogers.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's nasty.
You need to find a different job. This place is disgusting.
No, it's nasty.
It is nasty.
Yeah. It's disgusting.
I'm sorry. I mean,
But
I know being married to a guy, I thought you were kind of gross with things.
No.
I'm sorry, but I say that just because you're the only guy, obviously, that I've lived with. So I've learned how guys can be disgusting and everything. But and I love you. But
I always put the seat down. Never.
No, I know you are.
Down.
Compared to the stories you tell me, I'm sorry. I don't know how you work there. I don't know how women. I mean, I get it, guys. Just I don't know, but I don't know how people could just work there. That just sounds like
how many guys I see get up from the bathroom, skip the sink.
Oh, and they never flushed.
Yes, and walk out. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And one time I pointed out to one of the guys. He came out of the stall. I was going in the stall because all of them were taken, so I had to take his stall. And I look, and he peed in this stupid thing, and he didn't flush. And I stood there and said, hey, are you kidding me? He goes, what? Flush the toilet, dude. He goes, oh, I forgot. There's no way on earth you forgot. It's like breathing. It's natural. If you don't flush it here at work, I can imagine you don't flush at home.
I remember you tell me this, and I'm like, oh, he's probably just some young kid, and
no, he was an older guy.
Yeah, I know. You told me he was an older guy. He was older than you, and I'm just like,
and then he still didn't wash his hands. Didn't wash his hands.
Just
because I stand and I turn around, I look, and then we have this reflector thingy, so you could see them in like little people. So when you're coming out,
around the corner of the door.
Then I just watched him just bleep, 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 walked out, and I'm like, I am not shaking your hand.
Dad.
No.
I'm sorry. I don't know why guys think even when they pee. I'm sorry, just because most likely they're holding their junk down there, and they think that's still clean. Hello, it's in underwear, and it's bacteria and moistness and grossness. Come on.
Who knows how many days they've worn the same underwear?
Seriously,
you get 4 uses
honestly,
out of it.
if that guy doesn't flush
front,
and
backward, side,
wash his
side.
hands, he probably doesn't ever wash his underwear within 5 days. He probably just wears the same thing. Oh, I can't even think about it. Nope. Can't even think about it.
I'm just saying.
Nope. Okay, we're going to move on because that was gross.
It was gross. But it's always funny. The guy, oh no, as he's doing the
You'll
waddle.
have that mental picture in your head
I've always
for the rest of your life.
I've always had that picture in my head as I see the two hands yank up the jeans and he's waddling and you hear the splish, splash, splish, splash.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the next one here is, am I the a-hole for using poop bags for my daughter's birthday party? I think doggy bags.
Poop bags, what, to just put candy in?
We're gonna find out. I'm guessing it's like a party favor little bag.
It's not like the bags that poop in them.
We'll see what people say. So my daughter just turned 6. We had a birthday party for her on Saturday. That morning was pretty hectic. I was outside getting up, and suddenly my wife comes outside yelling about how the grocery store screwed up the birthday cake and I didn't notice. All that happened was that they spelled our daughter's name as Sarah with an H, and it's Sarah without an H, and I said, who cares, just scrape off the H, but she insisted on returning it, which honestly, stop right there. A lot of things could have been avoided for your time and wasting it if you just, your daughter's 6. She doesn't care. Just take off the H, get some frosting. I don't know. That's where I even already stop here. But anyways, she insists on returning it. So I said, fine, whatever. And then as she's leaving, she says, since I screwed up already, I should make up for it by finishing the decorations. It sounds like a lovely marriage already. How things are going.
Wonderful.
Yes. And I go into the kitchen and I ask my daughter, what's the most important thing? She says, the gift bags. I found all the candy and toys and what I thought were the bags that they were supposed to go into. So I make up the bags. My daughter helps and she thinks they look good and she's happy with them. My wife comes home and takes over, satisfied by the new cake and the attempt I made at helping. So a little while after that, the guest arrived. The day went pretty well until the end. My daughter reminds us that they need to hand out gift bags. My wife panics, thinking she forgot about them, but she says, "Don't worry, Dad made them." And she looked so relieved until I got the box. She looked inside and was horrified. "What the frick is this?" she whispers, and she thrusts the box back at me and rushes to the bedroom. I follow her and find her sitting on the bed crying. She's so embarrassed. Why? She won't say. I'm not sure what to do because people are trying to leave and they're confused as to what's going on. I just take over and take over goodbye duties and hand out the bags to the kids at the door and say bye with my daughter. Well, halfway through doing that, my wife came back out and took the box from me and brought it into the bedroom and threw it on the ground. Can't do acronyms. WTF? She finally tells me those are dog poop bags. And basically, I'm stupid and I've ruined all the hard work she put into the party. Well, Reddit, they don't look like dog poop bags. They're just small pink bags with hearts on them. Who really cares? I tell her it's not like they're dirty. They're small bags like any other bags. And dang it, she freaked. She says she's so mortified and she doesn't even want to show her face at the school anymore. So yeah, I've been bringing my daughter to school every day this week, which has been making me late for work. My wife will barely even speak to me, even though my daughter thinks everything was fine. She laughed when I told her they were really dog poop bags. My wife got even more mad at me for telling her. I told my wife she needs to chill, and she basically said I was a huge a-hole, and she's mad that I don't think it's a big deal, and I still don't. Actually, I think I'm the one that should be mad at her for keeping this going for almost a week. So Reddit, am I the a-hole?
No, it's a bag. You didn't put poop in it.
Okay.
It's just a bag. Is that thing picking up my mic?
Yeah.
Okay, can tell.
But
yeah,
you need to stop coughing because
I know.
you need to mute yourself if you're coughing.
I did.
No, you didn't. You just.
No, I
it
did.
still picks you up.
But, anyways, it's not like you put poop in the bag. It's just a bag. Their bags are.
They're plastic
bags.
bags.
Who cares?
And they had little hearts on them. Like, they were
like
cute poop bags.
It's like when you take a grocery bag for your lunch at work. It's not like...
Okay, honestly, I don't think he was an a-hole for using those bags. I mean, they looked pretty... I guess they were pink with hearts on them. Honestly, not... 6-year-olds are not going to know the difference. Parents probably wouldn't know the difference until they got home, and they probably still wouldn't care because they're probably clean bags right from the little bag carrier.
Exactly. Not a big
But
deal.
I will say, the way this guy writes, I mean, he definitely does not like his wife because he makes her sound like she is a complete witch.
She probably is.
Don't say that. Because the way he writes, he makes it sound like he's like so, I want to say, I can't think of the words right now, but I'm trying to think of, he's just dramatic. He's over dramatic. Just ran into the house and went to the bathroom and cried.
Because maybe she did.
And she came back out and then brought the box back in and threw it on the ground. And I'm like, okay, guy, like, I get it.
Maybe she did.
I have a feeling, because then, of course, like, what was the first thing he says is that, you know, because my wife comes outside yelling about how the grocery store screwed up, and then basically she probably overreacted on how things should have been. Well, she is a drama queen. This wife is a drama queen, but by the way he writes, I don't like how he writes. What this person says, they misspelled their daughter's name and you didn't notice or care. Birthdays are a big freaking deal to a 6-year-old. You asked your daughter what was the most important thing. This is her birthday, and you put you basically asked her what she wanted to do instead of just telling her or doing the steps yourself on what you knew already what needed to be done. You went to a 6-year-old for help, basically.
Whose birthday is it again?
It's a 6-year-old.
Oh, yeah. So who should have the most fun?
A 6-year-old.
Yeah, I wonder who should be
Yeah, but the parents should already know what they're supposed to be doing. So, I don't know. Maybe that's why the wife was just kind of fed up because she had to tell him everything what to do. And he was just like, what do you want to do, Sarah? And Sarah's going to be like, oh, this needs to be, I want to make sure this gets done, but nothing else gets done. I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't want to hate on this guy because basically I do think poop bags, not a big deal. I really don't think so. Is it a mistake? Is it a flaw? Fall back on what you originally wanted? No. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. She thought they were cute. She thought they were fine. That's really all that matters, you know. But I do think it's this marriage that's really, they just sound like they don't like each other. They're really mad at each other. And obviously he can't try and just sit down and talk to his wife saying, I'm sorry how things went. Can we do something else? Like, can I make it up? I don't know.
She needs a gift in the poop bag.
Justin.
Not a bad gift, but like box of chocolates.
Yeah. No. I mean, little Tootsie Rolls.
I mean, I don't like Tootsie Rolls.
Like little logs, basically. They remind me of little poops.
But that's what I'm saying. Just give like actual box of chocolate in the poop bag, and be like, see, it's not that big of a deal. It's just a bag.
Yeah, a lot of people, as much as they were saying, like, they deemed him as the a-hole, honestly, a lot of people were saying basically what we were saying. Like, sure, OP can be the a-hole in general, and that's what I kind of think. I think he's an a-hole in general, just how he's writing. But this one says, but we're looking at an isolated incident here. In this specific incident, not other incidents throughout the household, so in this case, OP is not the a-hole. And I agree. I don't really think he is the a-hole. I think, honestly, he handled it okay. His daughter was happy. That's all that matters. The wife overreacted. I'd like to hear her side of the story because, honestly, I do think there is a lot of context missing here on how things really happened because he makes her out to be like this horrible, just evil person that just thinks that he can't do anything right. And who knows? Maybe that is true. But honestly, when you come to Reddit stories, a lot of it's one-sided.
Well, it's the person who wrote it, so.
And they make themselves sound better.
Because I bet you, like even with my story, the guy was on the pooper. Probably could put a bad story about me on there, saying I flushed it on purpose to get him.
If only he knew who it was.
I don't know who it was.
No, good thing he didn't see you unless he could see you through the crack.
No.
Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so this one I actually did not get from Reddit. It was a like a BuzzFeed kind of like poop stories situation. This one is called The Never Trust a Fart Poop. You're very familiar with this one, aren't you?
Yes. Well, here's the thing: when you're sick and you fart and you get a little poop will come out, then you know you're really sick. And then the only way you know you get better is when you can fart and no poop comes out. Feels amazing then.
Yeah, but what do you do? To normal do you life. Keep testing it until you know it's fine?
No, usually what you do is you go to the bathroom.
Okay.
And when you go poo-poo, but it didn't come out poo-poo, it's just a fart. You're like, all right, okay.
See, that's the safe option to do that.
But the thing is, you're going to have to do it again eventually. So whether you're on a couch or you're walking somewhere, you're like, hey.
50-50 chance. Is it going to come out or is it going to stay in?
You have to go all in. You have to try. So you're like, all right, I got to fart. And it's like, squirt. Oh, hey, nothing happened. And then you're so happy. I guarantee most guys in the world, that's how it goes. When they can, it's like, man, I can finally go fart. Don't have to worry about pooping my pants. Everything is backed out the way it's supposed to be.
Okay. So anyways, this guy, I went to Vegas with a buddy of mine with the intention of doing a crap ton of hiking. There's a lot of poo puns in these stories, which is hilarious, but it was halfway through the trip and we were about to head to our biggest hike, the Grand Canyon. As we were walking through one of the casinos, my stomach started to grumble and scream and do cartwheels. So I'm thinking, I need to just fart. And, well, a fart ends up being much more. I crapped my pants, basically. So I run to the bathroom while yelling at my friend, crap, 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 crap. And I just throw my boxers in the trash can. I freeball it back to the hotel and get another pair of boxers. Then, while we're waiting on the bus, getting ready to head out, I once again decide to trust a fart. And ta-da! I ended up hiking the Grand Canyon, freeballing again. Lesson learned, never trust a fart.
He was sick.
I would say if he was rumbling and grumbling in that stomach, he probably ate something in the casino that he shouldn't have.
Well, it's casino food.
Well, yeah, it's... yeah, no, honestly, I don't think a hike after going to the casinos is probably a good idea. Anything could happen. It's not normal.
Everyone knows when you move around more, you gotta poo-poo, so...
Yeah, nope, that's... yeah. Ugh. Okay, so the next one I have, let's see, I'm trying to think of a couple over here. Okay, so here's the one. I'll give you two choices.
Oh boy.
Am I the a-hole for pooping really loudly and ruining my sister-in-law's baby shower?
Oh, good.
Or am I overreacting? My boyfriend keeps farting on me.
We can do the farting one.
Yeah, I figured you'd want that one.
It's a good one.
I've actually kept this one. Like, this was one of my first stories I found when I was coming up with stories.
This one's special to your heart.
It reminded me of you, that's for sure. It definitely takes a twist on it, though. I read it. So this was 3 months ago, which is when I started looking for stories for this podcast. So am I the, sorry, it's not an am I the a-hole, it's am I overreacting, which is a very great subreddit.
Probably is.
No, okay. Guys, seriously, don't stand for your boyfriend or husband farting on you constantly. It's take your stand. Let him treat you better.
On you. I think I've only farted on you like once or twice.
Somehow it travels to me though.
Well, it's not, I don't go on you. No fart on you. No beef stew for you.
You will let it out quite a bit before you've even fallen asleep. Yeah. You think I'm going to not miss it? When the fan is literally in my direction from your fart, it comes to me first.
You're completely wrong. It's not that. I don't think you're going to miss it. I am waiting for the reaction of this bomb that just dropped.
Are you serious? You're doing it on purpose?
Well, I gotta go. I dropped it.
Then go somewhere else. I have the decency to at least go to another room
I'm
and
tired.
fart. So then that way you guys don't have to suffer. Because I know I have silent but deadly ones.
I'm tired. I'm not getting
you
up
are
to
just
somewhere else.
lazy, my boy.
So I let it go, and I'm just like, all right, 1, 2. Oh, there she
guys,
is.
He has had some come out so bad that I've literally taken...
You've woken up from a dead sleep.
Yeah, that, and I've literally gone my pillows and went to the couch to sleep because I was not going to stay in that room. It was so bad. Like, the Febreze was doing nothing. It was overpowering.
It was breezing by the breeze.
Oh, my word. And I can't believe I agree to have a fan literally right in my direction from where he farts. It's terrible. Anyways, the story. Let's go to the story. Okay, I know the title sounds ridiculous, but my boyfriend keeps farting on me, and I'm thinking of breaking up with him because of it. I, female 26, have been dating my boyfriend, male 28, for about a year now. He is lactose intolerant, but still eats dairy and lactose, so he is always gassy and having stomach issues. Do you think you have some issues with milk? That's maybe your reason?
No, it's not milk.
Okay. I mean, because you can always do some substitutes.
I have the best ones when I have the meat galore.
Oh, so it's meat.
No, meat galore. There's like 7 different meats on there.
Oh, my word.
And I can tell.
Okay, so
You want to try it this week?
No,
we
we
can
are
order.
not testing this theory. I believe you. We're gonna keep it at that.
I don't think you believe me. We can try it.
No.
I'll order one tomorrow.
Okay.
Just for you.
Anyways, he has a gross habit of farting near and around my face any chance he gets, usually 4 to 7 times a day, and in bed every night without fail. He will fart under the sheets multiple times and then pull the sheets and duvet over my head and start laughing. I have told him how much I hate this and makes me feel quite ill because the smell is so strong, but he will not stop no matter how much I beg him to. I'm not sure if it's a maturity thing, but I'm getting really sick of bringing it up with him and being shot down because he says it's a joke. Girl, I'm sorry. If you were doing that to me, like, I know we're laughing at it. I know, we're laughing at it.
The only time I have ever done a Dutch oven to you on purpose is because you were hitting me. And I said, stop it. Stop it. I'm like, okay, fine. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to die. I'm like, yeah,
okay,
probably.
You did that. I remember the first time I did that was when
and you learned. You learned, didn't you?
It was in the apartment.
Don't you dare.
And it smelled, and I was like, ew. And I didn't realize, because obviously this is when we were first married. I didn't realize, obviously the smell, I didn't know it was you just yet. So I put the covers under my head to get away from the smell, and it was so much worse. It was so bad. I gagged. I was so bad. And you literally cracked up laughing.
You went to the source. You went straight right back down. Where did you think it came from?
Okay.
But that's the only time I've ever done something like that to you. It was only one time, but you were bothering me. And you're like, let me get you. And I was like, you know what? If you don't stop, I'm going to make your life miserable right now.
That's my way of flirting with you. And you literally
I shut that down.
You literally tried killing me.
You still lived. You're fine.
You gassed me out.
I put you right on the edge. You didn't go to the light. You're okay.
Yet, I don't know. With age, they get worse.
You're okay.
I don't find it funny, and it makes me feel sick, and I'm getting very annoyed. Shush up. We're listening to this poor woman right now. What do I do? Is this like a normal joke people do? Please, advice. So we're going to go straight to the edit. I'm adding the edit now because I've already gotten a few comments. I will further explain what he does. So he has... Oh my gosh. I forgot about this. He has given me pink eye infections more than 4 times because he has farted on his hands and wiped it on my face.
Yeah.
You know how many times you've joked about pink eye?
Yeah, it's called beef stew. I didn't beef stew you.
Yeah. Does it smell like pancakes?
You smelled one time. You're like, let me see. And then
my word.
Oh, that's not pancakes.
Oh my word. I swear the one time you ate from
Bebop.
From Bebop, I was like, oh, that smells good. Is that chili?
I was like,
and you're like, I just farted. And I'm like, oh, never mind, take it back. Now that I know where it came from.
Roses and butterflies. Roses and butterflies, baby.
I was like the chili cheese fries.
It was chili cheese fries.
Yes, okay. I thought you still had some. I didn't know you had farted it.
I let them out.
Okay, that's disgusting for the pink eye incident. I know you've joked about it many times, but that is disgusting that what he does and causes it on purpose.
It's one thing to joke about it and actually do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't do that.
Honestly, that would be the first thing that would... I would be out of this relationship.
And I'd probably only ever think about that, really, if you took a poop in my toilet and I touched it.
Back to that story, okay.
What I would think is, beef stew time.
Oh, my word. Okay, so he says he sometimes doesn't wipe after number 2 because he doesn't need to, and says he gets clean from showering anyways. Okay, this just keeps getting worse. How many times do you go number 2 a day? It doesn't matter. You need to wipe.
Well, I agree.
So many things that doesn't get washed or wiped and everything that just sticks down there. Like,
a day.
I'm sorry. I know for a fact that you don't... No one has more than Like that one time it just comes out and it's like, wow, you wiped and nothing comes. But do you want to take a risk and not wipe and think, oh,
No, I always wipey wipe.
you better.
Always. I mean, I'll show you later next time.
No, I
Be
don't
like,
want
look,
you.
Look what I did.
Anyways, next, he Dutch, we're moving on, oh my gosh. He Dutch ovens me when I'm sleeping, and so sometimes I legitimately wake up with the sheets over my head inhaling his farts. And we just talked about that, guys.
Sucks to be her.
He also farts loudly in public, and then will say, OMG, ew, you farted to me to make me embarrassed. This guy sounds like a 10-year-old.
It's her boyfriend. I mean,
like, how do you get intimate with this guy? He sounds like a immature 10-year-old. Oh my gosh. Okay. We have an otherwise great relationship. He is very kind and caring and really loves me.
he sounds very kind.
I genuinely don't know if I can stay with him because of this gross habit and poor hygiene. I'm sorry. You literally listed so many things and then you're like, otherwise, we have a great relationship.
He just poops on me.
He just keeps infecting my eye with pink eye.
It is. It's in my hair.
You know,
and everything.
he's literally just medically causing problems to my eyes.
But he loves me.
I know. I can't. Yeah. I'm sorry if you can't overlook this or get used to this, which I'm sorry, you really shouldn't. No one should get used to this like that.
Being a bully.
Like,
I'm saying.
This guy is not your partner. He doesn't want to be romantic with you. He literally just wants, like you said, he just wants to bother and bully and pester you with his farts. He's literally treating you like one of the guys.
Should probably give him a nice, good crotch shot. Just saying.
What, she should?
That's what I just said, yeah.
To him, with her crotch.
Probably her punching him.
Oh, sorry. I
That's
literally
more of
thought
where
you were
I'm
meaning
going.
her crotch would be in her face. I don't know why I put that together, thinking you would put her crotch in his face. I'm like, he'd probably like that.
That's not.
No, you're talking about hitting them literally in the sack.
Yeah, you probably. I get the point. Most guys get the point pretty quick. You know. All right.
Yeah. It was just a joke. That's what she should say when she hits him in the balls.
Yeah, she hit him like, I'm sorry. Small target. Didn't think I'd get you. I don't know. All I know is if I gave you pink eye and gave you beef stew and you hit me down there, I wouldn't. I mean, I'd be like, yeah, probably deserve that one.
Top comment. A man who treats you with such deliberate disrespect isn't a man worth having. He is a sadistic and takes pleasure in your distress. He doesn't actually like you or care about you all. People who love you don't treat you like that. Dump him and spend your time only with people who respect you and are kind to you.
Yeah, you tell her, Doc. That was a Doc comment, right?
Was it Doc comment?
Doc or Dark? What kind of comment was it?
I don't know.
No, I thought you said this is a Doc comment.
No, top comment.
Oh. Whatever.
I don't know what you're talking about. Was that another thing of Reddit that I don't know?
No.
Okay.
It's dark web.
Oh.
Just keep going.
Okay, never mind. Okay, anyways, there's an update. I don't know how much longer after. It must have
When's
been...
her funeral?
Okay. So I am truly disgusted and have honestly never experienced anything like this. I don't know where to even begin to explain what happened this morning. I told my boyfriend we need to have a serious discussion about our relationship when he comes home from work. He left this morning and I had a pit in my stomach the whole morning. I felt absolutely sick knowing I had to break things off when he would come home from work. To preface the next part, he lives in my apartment with me and has been living with me for the past 3-ish months. Ooh. So my name is on everything, lease, utilities, etc. I decided to deep clean my apartment as a distraction. I can't really explain the type of bed frame I have. It is like a bed base and has a fabric draping over the side, so you can't see under the bed, but if you lift it up, there is about a 7-inch gap. I hope this makes sense. I lifted up the fabric of the bed frame to clean out anything that had fallen behind the bed, etc. When I tell you there were legitimately 3 water bottles filled with urine, I generally freaking lost my mind. I have never been so repulsed by someone, and the sheer laziness and poor hygiene makes me sick to my stomach. I have never felt so blindsided. The comments opened me up to a new perspective and helped me understand that this is not the man I thought he was. At that moment, it was over for me. There was no way I would ever entertain an explanation from him, and I just wanted out. I've packed everything up of his in garbage bags, including the 3 disgusting bottles of urine, and left them in the hallway. I don't care if people take it. He is no longer my problem. I sent him a text saying, "We are over," and his things are outside, but he hasn't read it yet. I'm hoping he will just leave and go back to his parents' house, and I won't have to speak to him anymore. I'm honestly distraught, and I cannot believe I put up with this for so long. Thank you all for your comments and advice and helping me see things clearly. I still love him, and I'm honestly very distraught about the whole situation because I have been with him for almost a year, but this is just too much for me to deal with. I probably won't update again. Oh, there's a second update really quick. I couldn't handle the stress and anxiety of him blowing up my phone or spam calling me, so I've just blocked his number. I can't deal with his crap right now, so I've just cut all contact. After he gets his crap, I won't be reaching out to him. She literally ghosted this relationship.
She didn't do anything wrong.
Honestly,
You ever seen me pee in a bottle and leave it here around the
I've heard
house?
stories.
What, from me?
Yeah. We're like when you and your guys were in the car and you guys were going on a trip and you'd be like, "Here, quick, take that bottle and open it up because we can't stop and I gotta pee."
Not for me.
Oh, that wasn't for you? Who was that for?
It was for the driver.
Oh, I thought you were the driver.
No, I was the passenger.
Okay, well, then I've heard that story about guys doing that.
They didn't do it, though.
Oh, they didn't end up doing it?
We ended up getting there at the spot we needed to get to. Then they went out to the grass.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But no. I'm going to say, I have not done that.
Okay.
I have a strong bladder.
That is so dumb for someone to just... Why can't they just get up and go to the bathroom? Why? Why pee in a bottle? And then leave it! Leave it there. What if it fell over?
It's like bench warmers, you know? Apple juice?
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, don't. No. Man, I totally... That was not a memory I needed to bring up again. That was disgusting.
Fantastic.
I know. You love that movie so much, and I'm sorry. Yes, there's great quotes from it, but it's overrated with all that just weirdness. There's so many weird things going on.
Maybe the guy's name is Howie.
The guy who ate, was it Howie who ate the sunscreen?
Yes, Howie ate sunscreen.
Yeah, that was just so weird.
The sun was not his friend.
And he peed in a bottle.
Yes, he was hiding in the dark room.
Okay, we're not bringing up that movie. That movie is just so weird. I just couldn't get into it. But yeah, honestly, she did the right thing. This guy obviously wasn't taking her seriously when she constantly asked him to stop doing this stuff, treating her like an actual partner and not like one of the guys, like a roommate.
He was still a kid.
He came from his parents' house. So, yeah.
Yeah.
He's 28. He was... Okay, that's what I'm thinking when I'm reading this. Like, he's just a kid. I forget. He's 28 years old. And she was like, well, hopefully he'll just move back in with his parents. There you go. He's a man-child. Man-child.
Yeah.
He never grew up.
I'm sure there's other signs that she probably got before they moved in together, and she just overlooked it.
That's really awkward that they were living with each other for 3-ish months, and all of this happened within 3-ish months.
I don't know. I'll tell you this: if someone,
how do you get that comfortable to do that when you're
guy? Like, we're done. We're done.
Yeah, and he's not apologetic of it at all. He was like, "Oh, it's funny."
I think if I gave you pink eye
and
wiped it on your face. I'm pretty much telling you I don't like you. Like, I'm telling you right there, I don't like you.
I don't know how she put up with him for so long.
Because she has low self-esteem. That's why.
I feel bad for her that she had to deal with that for so long. Like, honestly, after I'm sorry for how gross he was, and then to literally give you pink eye on purpose, basically, joking about it. But then it became serious. He,
If your hand went down your crack and you wipe on my face, I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't going to hit you. But I'm going to be so mad.
I'm sorry, that's gross.
No, it ain't going to last.
Like, I don't know. When we were...
I would only be okay with doing that to people I don't like.
Well, I was just saying, when we were first married and we were living together, there are things where I'm like, I still didn't want to do certain things in front of you because we were getting used to each other, living with each other. It was like... We weren't like letting our guard all the way down just yet because it's like we wanted to have that romantic feeling with her. Like I don't know if that guy ever had that with this woman because OP literally had to deal with this for 3 months living together. 3 months of that.
And she says she got pink eye multiple times?
Multiple times.
Yeah, that
is a huge red flag. Red flag. If I was, oh man, I'm like going crazy with my arms over here with waving my hands. Like, I'm sorry. I don't blame her like for ghosting and literally just throwing all the stuff saying we're over. Here's your stuff.
Well,
like, obviously, it was her apartment, so...
It's her apartment,
lock him out. Kick him out. This relationship is not for you, honey. There is better fish in the sea out there, better men out there who are very more hygienic and actually respect a woman when all that is around and you guys get more comfortable with each other. Even when you're getting more comfortable with each other, I'm pretty sure the next partner you have will not give you pink eye on purpose. And if he does, you are dating the wrong men.
Bunch of losers.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry. If that ever happens to you again from another partner, you gotta look back. It's not them. It's you. You need to think of who you're dating.
Like I said, I probably would only think of doing that to people I really don't like. Like, really
I'm sorry. I wouldn't even
like.
do that. I really wouldn't even do that to people. I mean, there are people out there that I've like really not liked and everything, but I don't even know if I would do that to them.
Like, I would.
I'm a little scared.
I would.
Okay.
If I really don't like it, it's like, I want to watch you suffer. Here, pink eye.
And there's Justin's revenge story right there.
I haven't done it yet.
Now he's got the idea.
I haven't done it yet.
Okay, we're going to come up to our last story now. It is a legendary in the museum of Reddit. It is a story I've heard many times, and yet I know probably many of you, if you're listening to other stories, like other podcasts with Reddit stories, you probably have heard the story, but bear with me. It is another story that just has to be repeated because I have to tell my husband about it. It's kind of I'm only doing this literally just because my husband's here, and he's all about poop.
I have my own poop stories.
You do have a lot of poop stories.
I have my own poop stories.
Do you have any more that you want to share before I end with this one?
No, not really. No, other people, like this guy at work, he pooped all over the floor, dragged it all across the whole plant.
I remember you would say that there was like always poop, like just everywhere. You don't like on the walls and in the doors, and you're just like.
Well, I felt bad for him. But
How would he get poop everywhere? How do you do that without being realizing it?
The thing is like he pooped outside first, and then he still kept coming in. To be honest, like if I pooped outside, I'm just walking back to my car with all that on me. Still, I'm getting out. I'm not going to the bathrooms at work. Like forget it. Like
he was pooping outside.
Yeah, I'm sure he had some kind of medical condition. I'm sure. I mean, he's not the guy that would just let me poop all over the floor and see what happens. It's not him. But I'm sure, I don't know if he ate something wrong or what, but he went outside the steps and he trailed it in, and then he kept going, making a beeline to the bathrooms.
Was it just going down his leg?
Yeah. Yeah, it went down his legs and other people stepped in it.
Oh, your work sounds like a nightmare.
I had just missed it because I came out of the bathrooms and I saw him walking, but I didn't see, like, I I don't look behind someone and go, what you got back there? Like, I don't. I just come out of the bathroom, I saw him, and I walked to my area.
Hello!
Yeah, I walked to my area, and then I'm
What
working.
you doing, little buddy?
And here's the crazy part. Our normal janitor guy, he was gone. So we had these 2 new janitor people, and they were probably like 21, 22, super young. This girl, and I think there was a younger guy with her.
It
but
was
like,
a guy and a girl janitor.
Yes.
Oh my.
And oh man, I was like,
oh, bless their hearts.
This was their first day at our plant.
The worst. Well, honestly, I would quit the same day if that happened. I would literally never come back after that day.
Well,
I'm not dealing with that.
Guy, he ended up going home. They told him, hey, take a few days. Don't come back the rest of the week. I want to say this happened like on a Tuesday.
If he's not going to do it, I'm sorry. He literally is trailing poop. He's infecting everywhere he's going with. And how can you not just realize, like, I'm sorry, I need to take a day off?
He had a lot of other hygiene problems and other stuff that goes on. But
I feel bad. I mean, you probably can't control it. And what are you going to do? You can't keep calling off work because you can't control it.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure he didn't do it on purpose. Something happened, and he just had to go. But that's just
such a horrible thing
to
happen.
I would have jumped back in my car and just got home. Like, it was just me.
Yeah, I would never want to show my face.
Or to be honest, I would have just, if I really had to go and I couldn't move anywhere, I would have just stood by my car and let the poop all come out right there on the pavement, and then get in the car and leave. Like, that's just what I would do. It would suck, but guess what? No one's questioning what happened. Everyone would know, and everyone know why you didn't come into work. If they see you were standing there and they see you leave, and they see the leftover. But yeah, he did that, and then he came back on a Friday. I remember I was working, and he came over and he talked to me about it a little bit. I didn't bring it up because I know he's embarrassed. Mm-hmm. It's embarrassing, and he brought it up. He said, the whole incident Tuesday or whatever the day was that he did it. He's like, I went home. I was embarrassed, and I told him, I was like, I'm sure you were. I was like, I have no doubt I would be embarrassed.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you doing better? He goes, yeah. I'm like, it's good. It's good to hear.
That's all that matters, yeah.
That's it, But even then, I would have taken the rest of the week off of work.
I wouldn't even. Have been like, he came back, like a couple days later?
Yeah, they gave him the rest of the week off, which was nice. And they told him, just take the rest of the week off.
Word.
Do what you need to do.
I honestly don't know if I could show my face again in there after that whole thing happening. And like you said, I probably would just let it all happen outside and just leave and be like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry if you have to dock a point off of me, go ahead, but I cannot come back in.
No one's gonna freak out at you and yell at you about that when they. I mean,
do you have security cameras out in the parking lot?
We do.
Have it all on camera.
We do, but I mean, like, it's just there's no way. Like I said, there's no way, especially for someone like him. You didn't do it on purpose. Like,
yeah. And that's just yeah.
My guess is he went to the bathroom because he was scared, and he thought he could do a little. He probably noticed he did a little bit outside and thought he could walk to the bathroom in time.
Maybe he just didn't feel it.
I don't know, but it's a question I didn't want to ask him.
No, obviously, that's like things that you'll just never ask someone. I do remember this guy that you would talk about because he'd work in your area and sit in the chair that you guys, like the one chair you guys would use.
Yes, he sat in the chair and then he pooped his pants and he went to all 6 chairs and sat in all 6 chairs and left a brown stain on all of them.
Yep. And you're like, and you would come home standing for the whole day. You'd be so sore. Like, your feet would hurt so bad. And you're just like, if only this guy would just literally sit in one chair instead of all 6 of them.
I pooped in my chair. I'm sitting in that chair only. And I'm claiming it.
I'm sorry. I know he probably has some medical situation going on to have him have that happen. But that guy needs to step it up with his hygiene game then.
He can't step it up anymore. He passed away. So.
Oh my word! I didn't know that.
Yep.
Justin, you can't just drop that on me. I feel so so bad. I'm just literally saying all this stuff about this guy. And you couldn't have told me that from the beginning? That he passed away?
No.
Like, I feel like a terrible person now. Oh my gosh.
Well, he can't
believe this.
He can't do anything about it. That's the reason why I'm not saying his name. That's the reason why I'm not saying his name.
I know, but that's terrible for you not to tell me that. From the beginning, after I said all these things. Like, I didn't say anything terrible, but I feel bad that I said that stuff about him. Like, I was just saying, like, because I have a coworker who is paralyzed from the spine or from the hips down, and there are times he couldn't make it to the bathroom, and we'd be in the office and he'd be with his wheelchair, and he'd have to ask, like, hey, I need to go home, I need to take a shower, I'll come back as soon as I get back and I'll make up for the time I had to take off. And he'd have to take off about like an hour or so just to go home, shower, and get back in. And I felt so bad, so that was nice when he was able to go back, like, work from home, so that way if anything happened, he'd be right there by his shower. But it's like, even he realized that this is my life, and I can't control it, but this is how the solution is.
He's not passed away, though.
He's not passed away. Thankfully, my friend, he is living strong.
Yeah, he's not gone.
He's not gone. I still can't believe you pulled that on me all of a sudden.
Well, he can't do anything about it now.
I know. You're just like, well, sadly, he can't do anything about it because he passed away. And I'm just like, you literally just want to throw that on me after we just talked like for 5 minutes about him?
I talked about what happened to him. It wasn't like demeaning his character at all. Just talking about what happened. And I even said he's not the type of person that would do this on purpose.
No, I know.
That.
Never mind. We're done talking about him. Rest.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Moving on. Okay, like I said, guys, this is the last story. Museum of Reddit. It's been told out there a lot. It is the legendary poop knife. So, as it goes, my family poops big. Maybe it's genetic. Maybe it's our diet. But everyone births giant logs of crap.
Bum, bum, bum.
If anyone has laid a mega poop, you know that sometimes it won't flush. It lays across the hole at the bottom of the bowl, and the vortex of draining water merely gives it a spin as it mocks you. Growing up, this was a common enough occurrence that our family had a poop knife. It was an old, rusty kitchen knife that hung on a nail in the laundry room, only to be used for that purpose. It was normal to walk through the hallway and have someone call out, "Hey, can you get me the poop knife?" I thought it was a standard kit. You have your plunger, your toilet brush, and your poop knife. Fast forward to 22 years old. It's been a day or two between poops, and I'm over at my friend's house. My friend was the local dealer and always had guests over because you can't buy weed without sitting on your butt and sampling it out for an hour. I excuse myself and lay a gigantic turd. I look down and I see that it's a sideways one, so I crack the door and call out for my friend. He arrives and I ask him for his poop knife. My what? Your poop knife, I say. I need to use it, please. What the heck is a poop knife? Obviously, he has one, but maybe he calls it by a more delicate name? A fecal cleaver, a dung divider, a guanoglaive? I just saw that word today and I could not say it.
It's a glaive.
Is it a glaive? Thank you. I explain what it is and I want and why I want it. He starts giggling, then laughing, then lots of people start laughing. It turns out the music stopped and everyone heard my pleas through the door. It also turns out that none of them had poop knives. It was just my effed up family with their effed up bowels. F my life. I told this to my wife last night, who was amused and horrified at the same time. It turns out that she did not know what a poop knife was and had been using the old rusty knife hanging in the utility closet as a basic utility knife. Thankfully, she didn't cook with it, but just used it to open Amazon boxes. She will be getting her own utility knife now. So I guess there was a edit for a common question. Why was this not in the bathroom instead of the laundry room? Answer. We only had one poop knife, and the laundry room was the central to all 3 bathrooms. I have no idea why we didn't have 3 poop knives. All I know is that we didn't, and we had one, and possibly because my father was notoriously cheap about the weirdest things. So yes, we shared our poop knife. What do you think?
I think it's dumb.
I will say, this became very popular after. There was a lot of people who would post after this one became super popular, and they would tell us what they would use for their poop knives. There was a spatula that they only used for the toilet for chopping up their poops. There was...
Probably use a plunger and just smash that sucker.
Yeah, I don't even know. I honestly have never had that big of a poop for that problem to occur.
The only time I've ever seen someone with that big of a poop was someone who was constipated, and I was helping the little child out to get it out. And
You talking about our child or someone else?
our child, no, my man's child. No,
I thought you were literally saying having the child come out of the.
No. And
What is it when they say dropping the kids off to school?
Yeah,
is that
dropping the kids at the pool?
At the pool.
At the pool.
That's sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what
And
it was.
this thing was the size of a brick. No joke.
Honestly, that was super crazy to see that came out of him. This little kid's body.
Talking about the first one.
Was this when he was like 3 or 4?
No, this was our oldest one.
Oh, okay. I know we have a lot. We're very familiar with poop stories at our house. We talk about poop all the time because it's just a big thing that we have to deal with all the time with potty training.
Yep.
So, yeah, our middle child, definitely. The other day we were at our church and he was holding it in because I could smell the toots. And I was like, you need to go. Man, that's when I know he's holding it because I smell that toot. We were with a bunch of all these 4 and 5-year-olds and all in one room. And I could smell it. And I'm like looking at my son and I'm like, do you need to go poop? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, okay. Well, then we tried later. And I tell you not, he literally filled the whole bowl from one end to the other. The super long, elongated part of it. That's how long his stool was. It was nuts. I was lucky for that to even flush. I think we had to flush it twice for it to happen.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
You know, instead of using like a knife or anything, you get like one of those squirt bottles, and then you just shoot it on like a jet stream. So
how powerful do you think these squirt guns are? These like the little hairbrush ones
depends how close you get to it. You bring it down close to the bowl where your butt would be, and it might cut it in half because it's in water. It's in water,
It'd
so
have
it's
to be like
already
a powerful squirt bottle.
No, not really. You just the amount of pressure water coming down from a standing still water with poop that's already soft. It'll just cut right through.
I don't know.
I'll try it sometime.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
Well, I still have the poop stick from the last incident we had with our kid going to the ER. So we still have that.
I don't use poop stick. I use bottle. Squirt, 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 squirt.
We don't have a bottle.
We have powerful water guns.
Guns? So now you're going to resort to water guns to cut the poop up?
That's basically what the bottle would be.
So not a poop knife, but a water gun. A poop water gun.
Hey, it's got to be memorable somehow.
I still like my poop stick, which is literally the little blinder turner things on blinds.
Don't worry, we don't put it back on the blind.
We don't. It was one that broke, and I just found it. And actually, no, that's not what it is. It's a hanger. I broke a plastic hanger. See, I can't even remember when I used it. It's, but then I taped one end to make sure it was the safe end to hold. And then the other end is the poop end. But
Not so safe.
Our first ER visit that we've ever had to have for one of our kids was for, of course, our son, our only son that we have, our middle child. And of course, it's the middle child. But he swallowed a metal ball for one of those 90s magnetic kits. The ball, thankfully, was not...
Who was crazy enough to let him do that?
My mom. Grandma. It was over at Grandma's house because it was one of our old toys growing up. All the magnetic. So thankfully, the ball itself, the magnet, or it was not a magnet ball. So we were okay. And we had to get x-rays because we had to make sure that it was going down the right path. Well, if I could show a picture, I would, because that x-ray that was showing, you could see as bright as daylight, that clear as daylight, that there was the ball going through his intestines. Mm-hmm. And literally they said within 24 to 48 hours, it should be coming out. Just keep checking his poop because you don't want that ball to go down the drain. And lo and behold, it was like 3 days after. We're thinking, what's going on? And we checked every time except for one little time he flushed before telling us. And we're like, okay, maybe it wasn't it. No, we go to the doctor to recheck because he still hadn't pooped within 72 hours. We couldn't tell where the ball was.
He pooped. We just didn't know the ball was out.
Yeah, he pooped. We didn't know where the ball was. And then we got it rechecked. And the ball was out. We found out. So it was that one time probably he pooped. That one time we didn't check. A little mad because I went through all that time literally checking poop just for it to be put down the drain still.
Yes.
And who did it every time? Who checked the poop every time?
His mother.
Yes, me. Me, I'm the mother. Yeah.
I never questioned it.
Never jumped up once to do it either. Literally, you're like, okay, we'll check your poop soon. Mm-hmm. And just still sat there.
That wasn't wrong. We did. We checked it. I didn't say I was going to check it at that moment.
I just deal with poop all the time, I guess.
And the one I was going to check is the one he flushed.
Yes, that was. You weren't fast enough, man. You got to be quick.
No,
he forgets. He's only 5.
No, he never forgot until that one.
It was the one time you were going to check. Oh, what are the odds? But thankfully, he's fine. It was a probably smoothest ER visit we could have for our first time ever having to go to the ER with our kid. But honestly, just parents out there, don't let your kids go, even when they're 5. You know it's an item that could be chokeable or something that they could swallow, and you know they're old enough they probably should know better. But they don't. They're still young and dumb. Just engrave it in their minds. Seriously. We learned that, of course, the hard way. We were worried about our 3-year-old. We should have been worried about our 5-year-old. Mm-hmm. So, okay, well, that was it. That was the stories of today's Crap-a-thon. 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 There we go. I was trying to work on the wordplay there. Our Crap-a-thon for today. What did you like them?
Yeah, they weren't bad. I also liked my stories.
Yeah, your stories were actually good. They added to it quite well. Yeah. I knew that you would be the perfect person for this because you have lots of poop stories.
Got lots of poop stories.
Lots of poop stories.
Lots of poop stories.
His sister did not want to deal with these poop stories. I actually offered if she wanted to be a part of it, and she's like, no, you can leave that for Justin. Not everyone's here for the poop, and that's okay. If you're a parent, you understand it's just a part of life. Mm-hmm. So, gotta get used to it. It just gets better and better, or should I say worse? Because
not for whatever her name was.
No, yeah, that was pretty bad.
Get better.
That poor woman. Okay, well, you know what? I don't know what. I'm tired.
Me too.
I need some caffeine.
I need to go poop.
And there we go, guys. We're going to end off with that. So we're going to catch you later, and I hope everyone has a good rest of your day. Goodbye!